the way that the game looked. Have a look at the way the game looked in that era. We're lucky to have colour pictures as well of the 1960 grand final between Norwood and North Adelaide. They'd met 3 times in the minor round in 1960. The biggest margin between the two sides was 6 points. North Adelaide beat Port Adelaide by 10 points in the second semi to go through to the grand final. Norwood advanced the hard way and ultimately beat Port in the preliminary final before this match. And let's keep a count in these little highlights of how many hand passes you'll see.
Yeah, it's a different game, wasn't it? We see the occasional drop punt. I love the fact the crowd have all got the paper hats made. I mean, they must have been expensive back in the day, the old hat, and so the newspapers came into good use. But just the style of the game, I mean, it was really man-on-man football. There was a lot of long kicking. You see the kids getting the vantage point from every spot possible. Imagine I guess the feeling around the ground of having a crowd absolutely packed to the rafters, up against the pickets, everyone pushed in, standing room only. This would have been great to be there, and it'd be great to see a crowd of 50,000+ in an SANFL game these days. And who knows, the grand finals the next few years, we might maybe get them back to that.
Yeah, I wouldn't hold my breath, but as we look at this North Adelaide team, it was a first season for coach Jack McCarthy. The team included the 1967, as he became Magarey medalist, Don Lindner, Bobby Hammond, who he knows on the AFL Commission, and Barry Barbary, who won the 1960 Magarey medal. So they're a pretty star-studded lineup. And they went through and led at quarter time by 9 points in this grand final, at half time by 7, and at three-quarter time it was a 4-point margin, all in favour of the Roosters, who are a pretty powerful lineup against North Adelaide, who obviously, as I'd said, had played the 3 weeks of the finals, came through the first semi, the preliminary final, and then into the grand final.
There's that one handball we were talking about, and that was the only one in those whole highlights, I think. And the handball was a big 20-metre handball towards the boundary. And
as I said, Jack McCarthy there coaching the North Adelaide Football Club in his first season as coach. And ultimately, although Norwood made a very good charge at it, ultimately it was a North Adelaide victory. And the final margin was just 5 points. So in every match, in every match, in fact, it was a goal or less the margin through that season. And North Adelaide, in the end, plenty of clean-up to be done at the Adelaide Oval. Looks a bit different these days. We'll be back there later this season, but North Adelaide home in that match by 5 points in front of 54,162 at the glorious Adelaide Oval. And as I said, it looks a bit different these days.
A few extra stands have gone up, haven't they? And good to see that grass area kept at Adelaide Oval, and I think that's a real traditional point of the Adelaide Oval itself, and also something that people love to go and sit on and watch good games.